What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I just got done walking around, turning on all the lights. Today I'm down here at a KZ manufacturer, and this is the 2025 Durango 348BHF. Now, this is going to be a 4-bunk fifth wheel. It's got an amazing outdoor kitchen. Typically, when you have the 4 bunks, you don't get an outdoor kitchen, quite like this at least. And it also has 2 full baths. So I think there's gonna be a lot of people that like it. Plus the people that are paying for it have recliners directly across from the TV, which is typically a struggle on a floor plan like this. But I think you guys are gonna like it. Let's check this thing out. All right, guys, and welcome back. Hopefully the floor plan and the specifications popped up on your screen. I appreciate you guys being here. If you don't mind, take a moment, hit that like and subscribe button for daily RV content. But I'm also going to put a link for Funtown RV down in the description where you can access some locations and some pricing. But once again, 2025 Durango 348 BHF, pretty darn fancy. We're going to head right on the inside, but first I just want to show you a couple things on the outside that I think are important for people that aren't going to stick around, for the full tour. And starting off right here, you have absolutely massive pass-through storage. Now I'll show this, a little bit better, a little bit slower as we're moving forward, but it shows off the aluminum frame construction, which is going to be welded at all points. But what's also cool is the propane is on the like the driver's side, on the non-camp side. And the reason why I like that is because it allows you to have a spot for 2 batteries and then a little area for a little additional, storage along with your battery disconnect and then your solar charge controller. I'll have to check and see what solar is up on top, but it's going to be at least 200 watts, which is, enough to keep like your refrigerator running and things like that in a pinch. You do have the frameless windows, and you're also going to get dual awnings. So an awning right here, an awning back there. You're also going to see things like the 3-camera safety system prep. So that's going to be nice for people that are a little bit newer or possibly a little bit nervous about driving something this large. Because again, it is not small. I think the overall GVW is like around 16,000 pounds, and it's got 5 slides. I mean, this is it's a big fifth wheel. If you're buying this, this is a big fifth wheel. You have the griddle, and what's nice about this is it's the kind that flips up and folds away into the outdoor kitchen. But I mean, look at this outdoor kitchen. It has everything you need. A place to whip up some burgers. You got a TV if you want to put on like the game or a movie. You also get some storage that is both closed off, but also open-ended there as well. So I mean, talk about like a little, once you set up, of course, little bourbon rack right there. It's out of the reach of the kids, but then you also got places for all your paper plates and all of that. And then of course you got yourself a refrigerator that can probably fit about a 60 rack of Rooney in there. Now heading up the back here, again, just really quick, not doing like a full in-depth tour here. You have the 2-inch receiver. It's also going to have a 4-way flat, so 3,000 pounds of towing, 300 pounds of hitch, along with a pull-out little kind of tray right there. I'm thinking like tools, and that's the back end there for the rear camera. So that'll be nice there for you. So you got the 3-camera safety system, the outdoor kitchen, 5 slides, fiberglass exterior with aluminum frame construction. It also has Azdale, which is nice to point out. A lot of people actually shop specifically for Azdale, but it also has the all-weather insulation package. It says 4-season there. I don't like the term 4-season in an RV. I think if it's cold enough for your house to freeze, your RV will freeze way sooner. So I like to call it an extended 3 seasons, but it does have a 2-year limited warranty, which is going to be better the majority of the RV industry. So this is what you're looking at for the living room as we walk in. So you're going to get 2 slides, not really dual opposing slides. They're kind of like jigsawed into here, but it creates a really good flow of traffic. And you notice how that wall is right there. When you first walk in, I'm so used to these floor plans having this TV on a slant, and now that they boxed it off, it actually didn't take away from anything. It opened it up to a second bathroom and gave you a proper seating space directly across from a TV. So, that's where me and Honey Buns would be sitting. We'd be watching a movie, doing whatever we're doing, and then here in the back, you got kind of the kids zone. And this is where I'm going to start, is back here, because at the end of the day, you're probably buying this to, make some memories when you're going camping, and the kids are going to need that rainy day space, or you're just going to want to bang your head through a wall, because camping with kids sometimes, as you could imagine, could be pretty stressful. Heck, it's stressful living with them sometimes. Like last night, we were grilling out. Little brother graduated from Ohio State, so I made steak and shrimp tacos. And then the kids were arguing about their fictionary football game, who scored on 4th down. One was calling a pass interference, the other one wasn't. Anyway, you need space for the kids. That's all I'm trying to say. So you have your Thomas Paine collection couch right here. And it's important to note that the top bunk does flip up. Now, that's pretty common, but I like to point it out anyway because, you know, when you're sitting down, you need a comfortable spot, but you also need the headroom. And I'm 6 feet tall. Most of your kids aren't going to be this tall, but you do have room for probably someone that's about 6'4" to sit back here comfortably. So if you don't have kids, this could be like another little working office. I could totally see a desk going right here and still having the overhead room and a place for a monitor too as well. Now, directly across, you do have, and probably my least favorite thing about this, and I'm sure there's a great reason, but I do notice that the slide kind of sticks out here at the bottom. It's the box frame. I'm sure it's because something to do with the outdoor kitchen and maybe the weight dispersion. I don't really know. But you have a flip down bunk right here. And then, well, actually, I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to mess with the flow. Working one hand is kind of already hard enough. But you can lower that down. There's your bunk space. Then you have the top bunk right here, and then that outdoor kitchen, you know, back below. But you are going to have window, USBs. But I mean, look at all the storage and the TV spots you get over here. And that's going to be a smart TV. That's one of my favorite brands to say, the old Sansui. You're also going to see on both sides, you have a little bit of hanging room. So again, over here, you know, and over there, you're also going to have 4 pull-out drawers as well. So, you know, boxers, socks, toys, whatever you want to do there. And then some really good depth to the I don't know if this is considered overhead storage, but pretty good depth to the rear storage back here. The head height in here too is pretty darn nice. Even though it's not a full profile RV, you can see I'm not really scrunching over to get into anything. Slide room control located right here. And then as you come into the bathroom, for a kid's bath, this is incredibly awesome because typically these are so crammed in that they are super tight. You can see you got the porcelain foot flush throne, but you also have enough room for a full adult to sit in here. So maybe instead of the kids, maybe you have, you know, your buddies that tied one off a little bit too much and they need a place to crash. I mean, they have a full-size shower. I mean, I'm 6 foot, 292.7 pounds, baby, dropping that weight. But you can see I fit in here just fine. And then you have the little curtain right there, as opposed to the Tri-Glide Glass series to give you a little bit of, you know, obviously privacy. But it's also another thing that's, you know, not really a risk. Who wants to put glass in a kid's, what's it called? There's the old bowling gun, by the way, baby. Glass in a kid's bathroom. I know I for sure don't. I did learn that these are steel with copper plating or brass plating, one of the two. I found out, I've been saying for years that they were copper tabs or brass tabs. And somebody commented that copper and brass are not magnetic. But they like to plate steel ones because apparently copper and brass don't rust like that. So that was pretty cool to learn. So I always appreciate when people give me little tidbits. There are floor vents in here. So I know some of you guys don't like that, but if you're going to get a floor vent, it's the one that kind of, you know, allows you to not cram a whole bunch of dirt into there. So that's nice. 250-pound weight capacity for the bunks, by the way. But now here we are back into the living room. And what I really enjoy is the fact that these are the fancy recliners. This is mainly going to be, you know, mom and pop, baby. It's the old RV hunter and honey buns. We're sitting up here. We're snuggling. We got a couple cold drinks. We got maybe something charging up. You getting the juice, as my daughter says. She always asking for tablets juiced up. But you're also going to get, you know, the easy kind of stuff right there. So you have your massage, your heat, home. So you can set it back to home mode, you know, open and close, you know, all within a good view of the TV. Now, the TV is a little bit close. For me, that never bothered me. I'm the kind of guy that thinks the closer the TV is, the more I can save because the TV doesn't need to be as big. But you also got yourself a little bit of a sound bar and then the Inaflame, which is, I believe it's 4,777 BTUs of heat. And the way that it's dispositioned, the area that it's in, if you had that bunk room open, you could probably get enough heat to heat up the entirety of that room and the kitchen. Now, where it would start to struggle would be obviously heading up into your bedroom. Let's see here. I don't know if this has... Okay, so it's going to have two 15K ACs. I'd almost venture to guess that you could probably get a third if you would like it. But every window opens up here too as well, which I think is important to note. You also have the old Dracula shade, baby. Stop the old skin from sizzling. Keep some nosy eyes out. Slide height on this thing is looking at about 6'1", and I also think it's cool that the decor kind of separates itself again, kind of creating a little extra oomph into the camper. As we're going, you have a dinette over to the right. I'm going to see if I can snag a quick little thumbnail. I don't like that side. I can tell you that. Maybe like one of these, and you could be like, then put like 2-bath bunk room. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. See how you guys like it. Maybe drop a comment. Let me know if you saw that thumbnail. Flush mount slide, meaning there's no lip up getting into it. So it's going to be, you know, relatively smooth. Obviously, you got the linoleum coming through, but you're going to have table for 4. And it does open up to expand out a little bit. So if you're playing some cards or, you know, some kids, you're not going to fit like 6 in there. But, you know, 4 comfortably, maybe with a 5th there on the end would be nice. And then you move along. Oh, I forgot to show you. Right here is going to be like a little control panel. So you have a control for the awning, a couple USBs, a little ledge, maybe for a cell phone, and then your lighting controls right there. But what do you guys think about that? I remember when I first started selling RVs, this stuff was extremely prevalent. Just kind of gave it a little bit extra soul or whatever the heck you want to call about it. Your island right here in the middle, but again, the way that the slides are kind of jigsawed into it, you get a lot of walking, a lot of moving and grooving room. It's also going to be the solid surface countertops. Babe, if you're watching, I love you. You also have your stainless steel undermounted bowl with the high-rise faucet, whoosh, 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 hitting those dishes from all angles. You're also going to have a ton of cabinetry. So, I mean, you're going to have, you know, 4 of drawers just like that. And then you're also going to see, you know, things like, it's already a junk drawer, so you know what that would continue being. And then look at that, big old trash can. So KZ loves the trash, loves the trash in the can, not in the camper. Bada bing, bada boom. And then you spin it around, and this is going to be, you know, what I would like to call your cooking slide. So you can see, massive refrigerator. Gotta love it. You also have a really, really nice size microwave. This looks like a pretty darn fancy one too. Yeah, convection microwave. So do a little bit of baking. I don't know why you need a convection when you have the 4-top burner to whip up all the fixings and, you know, an oven big enough for a turkey. But heck, you know, dual wielding it, never a problem. Outlets on both sides too, which is pretty darn nice. You don't see that every day with countertops on both sides. So if you wanted to, you could make this like a good little, like a blender, like for the tacos, we were making kind of like a green verde sauce. You know, that would work out too. But this is kind of the place where I would put, honestly, probably the Keurig or the blender would go over here for me. You also have the pantry. And what's nice about this is you could turn it into a closet if you would like, because every single one of these is going to be removable and adjustable over on the tracks too. Victron. I also do enjoy as well that they put the preventive maintenance schedule in there. Maybe you could pause that if it goes in there, but I'll have a link down for something like that. I'm probably going to make a video on that at some point here too, just so people kind of know what kind of maintenance to expect. There's going to be your fuse box, and this is kind of nice because there is a fuse that's blown in there. So this is a good opportunity to show you this, which I don't get to see too often. Okay, yeah, so it looks like they put it in there. But yeah, it's just kind of cool to have, you know, it lights up and tells you what the problem is. A lot of them have it, but if you don't know that it's there, you won't know that it's there. You know what I'm saying? 2 steps to flip up into the doorway. This is going to be actually put into the framing as well. So aluminum frame construction. And then you're going to have your control panel. I mean, not too much going on. It just does all your slides. You can also connect it to your phone, you know, and all that good stuff as well. Let me turn on that awning light. Bathroom, I mean, pretty darn similar size to the one in the kids' bath. However, you get the added benefit of a bigger shower up here. So again, you know, you're paying for the RV, you get a little extra luxury. Plus, you know, theoretically, the parents shouldn't be as big ding-dongs as kids. So you do get the Tri-Glide glass series as well for a nicer little finish. But one-piece fiberglass shell. You got plenty of head height, probably sitting at about 6'3" here. Probably maybe 6'1". Hello. Maybe 6'1" or so right there. I got some shoes on today. They're a little bit lifted. I've been running a little bit. Dogs are barking. I found out the importance of shoes. If you guys have your favorite shoe brand, you know, drop a comment and help me out. Right now I'm wearing some Skechers. These things are like walking on a darn dream. Another mirror, another gun. Pretty darn snazzy. Walking on sunshine, stainless, gas water heater. All right, another porcelain throne. So you got 2 of those suckers in this bad boy. So you roundies out there should be happy about that. No snapping toilets, that's for sure. And then you're coming into here. I'm going to say this is probably, it looks like a Camper King. I'll have to get some dimensions going on. But then obviously you can see, you know, your 15K AC. What you can't probably see is that's going to be pre-wired for your 4G LTE, you know, your Wi-Fi. You got a couple little cubbies over there. My wife would have that packed up with crystals and all sorts of different stuff. No problemo. Last night we were actually reading a survivalist herbal book. My little brother is talking about going to, I can't remember what country it was, Paraguay or something. He just graduated from Ohio State, like I was saying earlier, but starting a little import-export business, and you know, for like apothecary, and like I think that's what it's called, like the herbal medicines and all that. My little brother's into it. My wife is also really into it, but she was talking about, you know, shipping it down here. She can make all of her oils and all of that. Be a good little 1-2 punch of Rooney. Washer and dryer. I doubt that is standard, so make sure you check on that. But it's cool that they do have it. But at least you know it's prepped for it. And then, ooh, okay, I like that. I think that's pretty darn nice. But all right, guys. I mean, what do you guys think? Again, it's the 2025 Durango 348BHF. Now, let me go outside, show you a couple things. It'll be pretty quick compared to the normal outside torques. We already went over a lot of it. But the old Steamer Stink Sucker 3000, along with a fan to help some of that air flowing too. But all right, just in case you missed it that first time around, all the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes, including a link for Funtown RV, will be down in the description. So make sure to check that out if you guys are looking for our little deals on wheels. Molded fiberglass front cap, and I like how you're not going to get a very good viewing angle of it, but it's really darked out, and then you do have some LED lights running up. You are going to get the Lippert Rhino box, so it's not going to be one of those crazy fancy ones. Had a little fly on there. Did you see that? But, you know, it allows you to have that bigger closet. I believe the way that that structure is, it allows you to have about like 20% more closet, I think is what it was. Really nice storage here up front, too. I mean, there's nothing to complain about there. You have the vent for your battery here, and then also down here as well, which is pretty nice, too. So that pass-through storage, first off, the material down here is common in your toy hauler. So this is going to be like a tough, rough kind of beat-me-up material. I actually think it's called Tough Flex. But you got, you know, quite a bit of room in here. And again, welded at all points. It's also going to be climate controlled because you have the heat duct running through into here as well. You also got a big old fuse box shutter down, baby. You got a little pill right there. Slam latch doors, but they're also going to be the magnetic latch. So very easy to put up and then you're good to go. But also they got a little bit of, even though they're thin, 2-inch thick walls, by the way, but even though they're only like, you know, a little under an inch, they're heavy. They got some weight to them, and they're the slam latch doors. So when you feel that down at the lot, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's a really, really nice side door. 25 mile per hour wind resistant door. The one key also too, which is great for someone like me, but basically one of your keys unlocks the whole camper. You have the screen defender. It's also got the little slingshot thing. So you got the little band right there. That's really all it is. But you know, it closes itself. So imagine you're coming down with some groceries, something of that nature. You don't have to worry about, you know, swinging your leg back and closing the door. These are the steps that flip up into the doorway. You got yourself a leash latch and then a, you know, little bottle opener action right there. You also have the safe T-rail so that, you know, you can help kind of get you in and out of the camper. They're using the Solera 3000 series for the awnings. Basically, the reason why that's important is it works off your 12 volt. So, you know, your battery, your truck when you're driving down the road. We're back to the outdoor kitchen. Not too much to go over there that we haven't. But again, pull-out griddle, TV, big old outdoor kitchen. You're also going to see you have a couple outlets back here, along with an outdoor kitchen on this side and as well as the other side, I believe, in the docking station. So we'll see that here in a moment. So I think there's actually 2 outdoor kitchens. Fully walkable roof, so you can get on top of the roof, check your seals, check your slides. That ladder there is also rated for up to 250 pounds, so you can get up there and, you know, a little bit easier. You know, for someone like me, I'm bringing my own ladder, baby. Getting up there somehow, though. Show you that. But heated and enclosed underbelly. I mean, pretty obvious. You also saw the spare tire. Again, frameless windows. Now, each one of these slides are going to be, you can see that little black bar right there. That's going to indicate that it is prepped for a slide topper. So that's going to be basically a piece of awning that goes from here to here, and it prevents debris from falling on top of your unit. You also have a triple seal, which if you're not familiar with that, the triple seal is basically, as you go through here, there's another little layer of protection and another one too as well. So if something does get jammed, theoretically this should have a harder time to get through. Obviously, if you plug a branch in the side and ram it into the wall, I wouldn't suggest that for anything, whether you got 2 seals, no seals, or all seals. Cooper H-rated tires. Looks like 17.5-inch Cooper H-rated tires. So that's going to be a 75 mile per hour rated tire. So very high end for that. They're definitely on the expensive side for the tires. Sewer outlet connection located right there, along with your wastewater holding tank. And then as we come around the edge, you have your 50 amp connection, along with that other one for the 3-camera safety system. Plus you have your other sewer outlet connection, low point drains, your different valves. And now we're back over to the docking station, where it's hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower, along with all your bypass valves. And then, yeah, your black tank flush. It's basically a sprinkler system there for your poop tank. You got your dual propanes. What's nice too is it's got that switch over right there, really nice and easy. Bada bing, bada boom. Control for your auto level. Default pin 5241. In case you want to mess with your neighbors that never changed it. But all right, guys, what did you guys think? A little bit longer than my normal tour, 22 minutes. Maybe we're getting back to it. Who knows? But again, it's the 2025 Durango 348BHF. My name is Hunter. Have a great day. See you. Meow.